Hey guys, it's Postbox Pat. Welcome back to the final map change video of the season, possibly. Let's jump into this in today's new update and show you guys all the map changes we have. So the first one I want to show you guys is over at the Rebels, and inside of here there's a little Easter egg map change which has been added in, not in the building, but actually in the forest. So there's a little viral clip the other week where a car got stuck in these trees, and you can see they've added it and honored it with 2 cones and this car and a chest. It's a thing that Epic have been doing for a while now. They, for some reason, love car crashes, bugs, or viral clips inside of Fortnite. So here's the little clip. I'll play it for a few seconds because it's quite long. So there you have it. There was the little clip, kind of cool, and they've honored that with this really cool little Easter egg here where the car got stuck between the 2 trees. Definitely one worth showing your friends if you're passing by. Does anyone even land here? I don't really land here. Maybe you guys do, but when I'm playing, I don't really land there. There's not really too much there for me, but maybe you'll be passing and you'll be able to show your friends that little cool Easter egg. Okay, so what else do we have here in today's update? Well, we've got a lot. Unfortunately, this road was not developed any further. We were keeping track of this, but it looks like it's just been kept like this due to the snow being melted and just kind of like they had to kind of put a path here, so they just thought they'd put a filler in. But one of the major map changes we do have is hinting towards next season, and this is over at Ruined Reels. So inside of here is obviously nothing major in the POI other than one thing which we'll get to in a second, because I want to show you guys the outside before we show the inside, because we now have this little Easter egg section over here where it is going to be storyline related. So this is Valeria's equipment, which can now be found outside of Ruin Reels, and this is really cool because this is the book which is rumoring that Pandora's box is going to make an appearance. It looks like we have maybe some sort of outline of some sort of 0 point energy, a box, a butterfly, and I think this is going to be how it transitions into next season. It's kind of storyline related, but it kind of isn't as well, because I feel like this may be written off at some point. It'll happen and then there won't be anything major really going on, but she's basically been going around the box. She's basically been going around the map searching for Pandora's box, and her aim is to find it. So in my opinion, what's going to happen is she's going to cast a giant spell here, which is going to release this giant hand from this location here, which will reveal kind of Pandora's box. You can actually see this in some leaked screenshots which have been posted around. This hand location is going to be just where I'm looking right now, and you can see this is what it looks like, the actual hand when it comes out, and it looks like it's going to find Pandora's box. So Valeria's going to cast that kind of spell to do this kind of witchcraft to find the box, which will probably transition into next season. And also, talking of like that, we do have a new NPC as well, which is going to be a battle pass skin, I believe, for next season, and this is actually Odyssey. So this character's popped up at Ruin Reels. You can't obviously buy this skin yet until the next battle pass, we believe, and when you talk to her, she says, feel an ancient power growing on this island. Don't forget though, guys, before we get into the next map change, pop in code POST to your item shop to support me further. It really does go a long way. That's POST. And I will be updating Toybox later today as well, adding in the new RV truck, which you can try out in there, as well as adding in the new ability to use your jam tracks as emotes and stuff like that inside of 50 Fashion and Toybox. That will be happening later today. Anyway, let's move in and show you guys the next map change, which we've got, is going to be over at the location of the iceberg, which has been melting throughout the last few weeks, I guess. It technically has been melting throughout the whole season, but it's been pretty slow. It's every single update, but this time we do have a major change to it, where we can see the actual plane now has completely slipped down this iceberg. It was slipping down from the top. It started like all the way up here, and then eventually every single update the plane just got slower and slower, or technically a little bit faster, but it was very slow, and eventually the plane fell off the cliff, which it has done today, and you can see it has kind of just fallen into this water area over here. You can still come over here and land at it and get the loot if you want. It actually looks like some things are floating, but it's not. It's just the water is a bit buggy, and obviously you can get a double chest spawn here and stuff. Definitely worth kind of getting some loot. You can get a good amount of loot, to be honest, at this plane. It's definitely a good spot if you want to get some quick loot and rotate as well. You could like land here really, and then rotate over to this POI over here if you want to. It's up to you if you want to do that or not. So that's what I'd probably do. It's what I've been doing. Sometimes it depends. When it was up here, it was a little bit better, I thought, because you got a little bit of height and you can rotate down the zip line. I guess it's a little bit more awkward down there, but it's up to you. And then obviously this kind of big glacier here, or this big ice mountain, whatever you want to call it, is slowly melting. It has been for a while. I don't think we'll see any changes over here unless we do get some big kind of change next season, which would be at this section of the map over here, which would be obviously taking out Grand Glacier and removing this as well and adding in a new POI to this section, which would kind of make sense because it's just very hilly and mountainy, and they could definitely do it because they've already got mountains over there. So maybe they'll add like a new POI in here where this melts during a seasonal trailer, or just generally add it in without even telling us how it got here. So that's probably what's going to happen in that section. Now I want to check on the coral people because there were rumored to actually have some big changes. So let's fly over to them. Okay, I'm just flying to the entrance of the Coral People's Cave. You can see it just here. We're going to head inside of here and see if they have had any major changes at all. It can be a little bit awkward to get in here in replay mode sometimes, but you can kind of sneak your way in if you go slowly enough and then go underneath this rock. Does anyone even land here? I don't think anyone would land here. It's pretty crazy, but you can get in nicely. And there we are. We've arrived at the Coral People's location, and it doesn't look like they've had many major changes at all. We can still see the gnomes down here being covered up with these coral people, which is kind of cool. And then obviously over on the other side as well, we do have the ship, which is still in the water, and it hasn't really moved at all much, and they aren't boarding it or using it to escape yet. So I don't really know what's going on in here. It has been exciting to see it develop throughout the weeks, but obviously this time we've kind of hit a stalemate with it. Let's just hope we do get some more changes to it throughout next season, or if we even get a smaller update this kind of week, maybe we might get one with the giant hand stuff going on, but I generally do think that'll just be a small map change towards the teasers towards next season. I don't think it'll be a live event or anything like that. I think it'll just be, you know, transitional map change at a certain X time, and then when you do log in, it'll be there, the giant hand. I assume this won't be in the game until like the last week of the season to hype up the new season, but we may get it next week. I'm not too sure. Technically next week will be going into almost the last week of the season, so yeah, it is kind of exciting stuff, but it is going to be located at that little gap. Like I said, the hand will be in that big kind of location outside of Reels over here, over in Reels, so it's going to be pretty cool. You're going to see it kind of like dangling here, and maybe you're going to be able to land on it and even go and visit it. So yeah, definitely check out Ruin Reels though. It's definitely going to be kind of like the next theme of next season. We do also have lots of Lego map change stuff as well, with just kind of different objects and items in Lego mode. I'll make a short on that. And also Fort Festival has a brand new stage as well, which you can see a little screenshot of on screen right now for the brand new pass. We also have a bunch of quests which have been added in to the game. These quests are technically storyline related quests, but are a pretty dull version of it. I'll make a separate video talking about the storyline and where we are at with it, because obviously we're going to be going into the new season. But you can see here we do have the new quests, the takedown quests, which we've just got on screen here, which you can kind of get a cool reward, which is this Jonesy kind of loading screen, which you can see, which is kind of neat. It's not like the best, but this is basically all you can get right now, this loading screen here from doing the quest. It's called the takedown quests, and basically it's time to take down the society and rescue Peely. Complete the takedown quest to get the Peely rescue loading screen now until the end of the season. Pretty dull ending to the season's storyline, to be honest, but we'll make a separate video talking about the storyline and where things are at. But yeah, you can kind of rescue Peely and get the... It's a cool loading screen, let's be honest. So yeah, I'm kind of excited for that. So definitely do them quests if you get a free moment. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys soon. Once again, this is Postbox Pat signing out.